Hi, it's Angie.
And Cheryl.
And we are going to teach you how, or she's going to teach you how, to make this entire Thanksgiving meal. This looks wonderful.
And we're going to try to give you the confidence, Angie, where you will tackle
There
at
we
least
go,
one
I
or two
know.
of these dishes yourself.
I know it. So mashed potatoes and pecan pie, the turkey, of course, dressing, anything and everything. We've got the whole meal. And we're going to show you in individual videos. So make sure you check them all out. Let's get going. All right, with your Thanksgiving meal, you gotta have a dessert. And what's better than pecan pie?
That's right, Oklahoma pecan pie.
know.
So we're going to start with just regular all-purpose flour.
About how much?
Well, this one is about, a little over a cup, and this is almost a half cup. The measurements will be, the exact measurements will be in our column, of course.
Yes,
and then we put in our bread flour, and then we go with our butter, and we're just going to put this, and this is 10 tablespoons of butter, which is a stick and plus 2 tablespoons. Then I'm going to simply pulse the dough a little bit to start cutting the butter in. Add the oil, just about 2 tablespoons. So I'm using ice water, and I do mean ice water. You can't just get cold water. Icy water.
Have ice in that water.
Icy cold is what you want. And then I'm going to just add just enough.
Need help?
And we have an estimate in the recipe.
Got it. She's got
and just pour just a tiny bit.
Okay.
And we watch this just till it starts to come together. And then I'm going to take my pastry out, and then I just wrap this in plastic wrap.
Okay.
And sometimes I put a little more flour on it if I feel like it's a little soft or sticky. And that's what we do. And we'll put it in plastic wrap.
Okay.
And put it in the refrigerator to rest for about 30 minutes.
30 minutes, okay.
So it chills nicely.
I must admit I'm a little confused. I thought we were doing dessert, and I look down and I see some frozen Brussels sprouts. What's going on?
Right. Okay, well, what I'm doing, I'm getting a nice place on my counter that's good and cool to roll out my pastry. And I'm going to put just a tiny bit of flour on the top of this. It just helps it not stick, and a little bit on the top of this part.
Okay.
And just kind of press down. Now, at first, it seems like it's a little bit hard.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah. So, and sometimes I use a rolling pin and kind of just do it down like this.
Sure.
And then we just want to keep it going.
Huh. That looks like
Turn the plastic again. Yes. Now you can see even more of those little pieces of butter in the pastry. And it makes it so flaky.
Oh.
I'm just going to take this and pull this off. I see some of that dough stuck right there, but not really a lot. And you can lay it over your rolling pan, but when it's stuck to the plastic like this, it's not really as necessary. I'm just going to lay it over the pie plate, and we're going to try to center it as best we can. And I'm just going to cut a little bit of this off, make it kind of even all the way around, leave about an inch overhang, and then I'm going to tuck that under. I'm going to put a little flour on my hands, and then I'm just going to come in here and do a quick little pinching it like so.
Neat.
But it doesn't have to be perfect. And I tell people all the time, I said, don't fret if it's not perfect. It's homemade, and that's the best part of the whole thing. Now I'm going to put this has to go. I'm going to set it in the freezer while we make our filling so that this firms up, and that helps it keep from shrinking.
How long in the freezer? Or just
10 minutes, 15 minutes. Yes, and I'm starting with 3 eggs.
Okay.
And this is Shirley Bellman's recipe. She was one of Oklahoma's first ladies. And this is some corn syrup. Now, you could use half honey and half corn syrup, but I like the corn syrup, and I use the white.
This brown sugar smells good.
Doesn't it smell good? And you can add vanilla if you want, but it's so rich and so luscious with the taste of pecans, you just don't need to. And that's all there is to it.
Then
and you're going to put a generous cup. And there it is. And these all float to the surface.
Okay.
So that makes that luscious topping. And if you think it looks like it's too sparse, you could add a few more pecans if you want.
And here's the beautiful crust that's
and
been
it's
in the freezer.
Cold as can be from the freezer. Now we're going to put it in the oven, and it bakes for about 45 minutes.
Okay. And at what temperature?
I start mine at about 400, and then I cut the temperature back after about 10 minutes. Okay. And I put it on the middle rack.
All right, it's time for the yummy dessert for the pecan pie. Let's do this.
Pie. Here we go. And this one I think is just right.
That looks perfect. Now, do you need to let this cool for a while?
Oh, yes. It's important to let it cool.
For a couple hours or 30 minutes?
Well, an hour would be.
Okay. Great.
It might still be a little warm.
So, yeah. So
totally tantalizing.
You may have some people wanting to dig into it, but tell them to be a little patient.
Yes.
Okay, so check out this recipe online on News OK and in the paper in the Life section under her Passion for Food column. And then also you can check out this recipe and many more online on newsok.com. Just type in Thanksgiving and you'll see our whole Thanksgiving meal. She's done videos for every single item. It looks wonderful. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
You can see it.